Sherry, EDM, tea is ready. You like it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you. Thank you for this morning. Thank you for this morning. Okay, thank you. Give me a kiss. Okay.
I really like streaming and want to keep doing it a lot. You should. You're good at it, girl. You're good at it. And I love all the different topics you talk about. And we need strong women like you who are fighting the man, girl. I'm telling you, literally, I hope you know that I'm sitting here like, yes, go a cult. Go a cult. For real. I love seeing your videos. You know, the topics that you talk about on your channel, it's important. You're such a unique channel. I love it. So keep streaming. Keep streaming it. Keep doing it. Know that success is coming your guys' way.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everyone?
Happy Thursday.
Yeah, it's closer.
It is. So, yeah, on Apothecary Thursday.
Yep.
Oh, we have the Holly King. King. Sorry.
Whichever, right?
Hormones may take over. Hormones may have already taken over. You never know. I mean, we're older. We're not dead, honey. We're not dead.
Definitely not dead.
Hello, Stone Bible. Good to see you in the
Good
house,
morning.
brother.
Nice.
So yeah, the Rex.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited because the sun is shining.
Oh, it is.
And
It's going to be a beautiful day.
I went out.
We haven't had very many of those lately.
Yeah, my salutations were deep for the sun this morning because I was so thankful for it and so thankful for the warmth of the house.
Oh, yeah.
And the warmth of the tea and the goodness of the honey.
Yes. We are blessed.
And the goodness of the good herb. We're currently on some Jaeger Kush.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so
It's been amazing.
it makes me want to sing.
I haven't been on sleep. I think there's something wrong with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you've not had much
Oh, I
sleep.
was up since 1.
Oh,
I went back to bed about 5 and laid there and looked at the clock and looked at the TV, looked at the clock.
Well,
And said,
and some more alchemizing is the delirium of the lack of sleep. How shall we alchemize it and project it upon the world?
Some people might not want to know. Get me riled up knowing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we've got a great show for you this morning.
Yeah, I'm excited,
Yeah.
and
I've been gone a couple days, so this feels good to be back. I've had doctor's appointments, etc., with my hubby and me. So, but I'm a free woman now. I'm done with mine. What was it? In September?
your
my hip done, and it's all better.
your physical therapy,
It's
healing.
all better.
Yeah.
And it's December, 2 months, less than 2 months.
Yeah. We're going to start with looking at our thumbnail. I'm glad you're healing, though. She's done.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, so I just want to start talking about my thumbnails and why I design my thumbnails. Because I like to tell a story. You know, a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
So my thumbnails will always give you a story, no matter what I'm doing. Okay, and I grew up with the Highlights magazine. And, you know, you find an object, so you look at this big picture of piled with a lot of stuff, and you got to try to find all the stuff. So I always hide stuff in my thumbnails too. That's another thing. Is I like a good mystery. So the Rex. Now I know I'm gonna butcher it, but I'm gonna try not to butcher it. The Nemorensis. Is that Nemorensis? Rex Nemorensis. I'm just gonna say Rex for short. I hate butchering it. I mean that's a very sexy pose right there. What you say? He's like, I'm ready to die. I have him wearing my crown of thorns. I took my helmet off, and
he's got a sword in his hand.
And the golden bow is now my crown of thorns. with sword always in hand, right? Yeah. So the Rex, let's remove this. We're going to get straight into the Rex. I don't know how much. Hey, EDM, good to see you. Yeah, you're doing the glue.
Yeah, we're gonna have a treat later.
Yeah.
That's one thing good about this stuff is you can buy it in quantity and make a bunch of stuff. And
most of the
EDM's
time.
becoming a good baker.
He is. I'm a good baker.
And when you all get together, oh my God.
I'm a good baker. Yeah, we bake together. I mean,
It's
on.
amazing.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to
So
Rex.
the Rex, Latin king of Nemi, was a priest of the goddess Diana at, is that Aricia? I think it's Aricia.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it Aricia in Italy, by the shores of Lake Nemi, where she was known as Diana Nemorensis. Now, I wonder if this is the beginning tale of the Lady of the Lake.
I think it is. I read a lot about this. I read the whole little story that and it was an interesting story. They really it's got some interesting twists and turns in it.
Yeah, and all the world's a stage, and we love a good love story.
Good morning.
What human with true love in their heart does not love a good love story? I mean, we love it.
Yeah, we do.
The priest was king of the sacred grove by the lake. No one was to break off any branch of a certain sacred oak, except that of a runaway slave. Did so, he could exchange the Rex in mortal combat. Engage, not exchange, engage. Right, so only a runaway slave. The only way you were ever gonna be a king if you was a slave born into slavery, because they think slavery is a right of kings, is you had to challenge the Rex.
Yeah.
Now let's remember the picture of the Rex. Let's think about the gladiators. Right. Now, the gladiators have shown to have DNA from all over the world, but especially Celtic and Gaulish. Okay? Yeah. So it's like, how bad do you want?
I guess that dude that's going around the tree there is going to pick up a bow and challenge him.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's a good picture. You need to get good, my dear.
Well, I'm gonna bring up the artist. I mean, the artist was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenon. Okay, if the slave prevailed, he became the next king for as long as he could. In turn, defeat challengers. Right there, the original. There can be only one.
Only one king.
In
order to get the king.
Hey, Susan, girl, good to see you.
Good morning. How are you, Susan?
Hope your morning's starting great.
But yeah, it's a good story.
The priesthood played a major role in the mythography of Sir James Fraser's The Golden Bough. Now, if you all remember, on Tyrannical Tuesday, Sir James Fraser was going to be my tyrant because he had an agenda as he wrote the mythos. He had a deep-rooted agenda, and I was going to bring it out. I may still. Anyway. Ancient sources. The tale of the Rex appears in a number of ancient sources. Ovid gives a poetic account of the priesthood of Nemi, noting that the Lake of Nemi was sacred to antique religion. Its priest holds his reign by strong hands and fleet feet, and dies according to the example he set himself. Man, where is my sound effects? I need my sound effects right now. Okay, so we know this is where the saying live by the sword, but die by the sword comes from, right?
Oh, yeah.
Your seed is the next seed. Perhaps if you get to seed before you die,
Yep.
your seed shall reign supreme, right? Yeah. Okay. This is like very romantic. This is romantic. This is taking us to a time where men had honor, right?
They honored. They went by the strict code of honor.
Right, very strict code of
the guy said you can't touch his branches, here.
Right.
You don't touch his branches.
Well, the oak trees, the oak, well, we're learning that the ancient tale of the oak, the trees were originally feminine. They were symbolic of the feminine because the ancients wrote an allegory. They did not write matter of fact like we do now. It's an allegory, right? Like the allegory of the cave. It's that's just how they wrote. Well, there was different types of writing, and allegorical was one of them. The Latin name of the priesthood is given by Suetonius. He, Caligula. If y'all don't know about Caligula, okay. I'll just say Caligula made it to the Playboy penthouse, okay? Caused the Rex, who had held his priesthood for many years, to be supplanted by a stronger adversary. The same passage indicates that by the time of the early Principate, whatever that is, it's a form of imperial government in Rome. The custom of succession in the office by combat had become subject to outside control. Okay, here is how we get men pitted against each other, y'all.
Is that true?
This is how we have men trying to win Fair Maiden's hand. Oh, God. Do y'all see my... Look, the light is blinking. Do y'all see it? I'm speaking truth. That's why my light is blinking. Look and see it? Look, I'm not shitting y'all. I'm not playing with the damn thing. The Greek geographer Strabo also mentions the institution, and in fact, a barbaric and Scythian element predominates in the sacred usages. For the people set up as priest merely a runaway slave who has slain with his own hand the man previously consecrated to that office. Accordingly, the priest is always armed with a sword, looking around for the attacks and ready to defend himself. Now you'll see, we're going to be looking at a bunch of different links and some photos, and you'll see that sometimes the Rex has a face pointing one way, and it's a double face on the head, one pointing one direction, one pointing the other. It's very interesting. Janus is that god. Janus, if you want. Janus. Look him up. Okay. Pausanias gives an etymological myth on the founding of the shrine, right? So we're going to the lake. The Aracians tell a tale that when Hippolytus, the son of Theseus, was killed, owing to the curses of Theseus, Asclepius raised him from the dead. On coming to life again, he refused to forgive his father. Rejecting his prayers, he went to the Aracians in Italy. There he became king and devoted a precinct to Artemis, where down to my time the prize for the victor in single combat was the priesthood of the goddess. Well, that means you're able to bed her too. The contest was open to no free man, but only the slaves who had run away from their masters.
Whoa.
Because he who reigns as king will honor that office probably the most humble humility. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is more humble? Who has been more humble than a slave? Who has been more humble than a slave?
He's got to fight for his life.
Is this where the bullfights come from?
Well,
Is this where the gladiator fights come from?
That and probably you remember when we watched that film the other day about the rich people and how they like to watch things get...
Oh, how they pay to play in the most disgusting Hunger Games type way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sort of reminds me of this poor guy ran away from his master, thought he was away. He got caught. And now he's got to face this man with a sword in his hand that looks like, bigger than life.
Right.
And he's got to kill him or be killed.
David and Goliath, maybe.
That's what I think it sounds a lot like.
Yeah.
But it's in a different type. I mean, you've got the woman there, though. Mm-hmm. Diane.
Right.
She's there.
I'm going to show y'all.
I bet she's beautiful. In their eyes, anyway.
This is just a mystery and a beautiful tale that tells so much of the European history and how things are ran, even on a judicial type manner. Okay. It's always competition between guys. It's always competition.
It's just
it is taught this way, right? Like just last night we listened to Professor Young talk about the Spartans, right?
Yeah.
At age 3, you had to send your son off to be raised by older boys. What did those boys do? They bullied each other. Mm-hmm. They had sex with each other. They built camaraderie and a tight-knit group. That's the bro code. That is the original bro code, y'all. And I'm not so sure it's healthy.
No, this is not really a bro code.
No.
This guy, I can't imagine being him, You get to see all this every day.
Well, this tale comes down. It is beautiful. Old. It's still with us. Mm-hmm. It's the dance between the Holly King and the Oak King. This is a huge mystery within itself. This is Lake Nemi. Okay. Mm-hmm. I sense that this is the original Lady of the Lake. Okay. The Diana, the cult of Diana, okay? And the way a name continues to live, let's think back to The Princess Bride again, okay? The dread pirate Roberts.
I'm going to have to see that movie.
Who had come to rescue her was not the dread pirate Roberts. He was a descendant of a descendant of a descendant of a descendant, and you see how it goes, of the original dread pirate Roberts, the one guy who showed them all, right? So you acquire the name Rex until you are killed. Mm-hmm. Once you go after it, you want it, you go after it, you got to steal the golden bough, but know that as soon as you do, as soon as you taste the apple, that is your death. There's another thing too. Is it not gorgeous? Let's just take a look at it.
It's peaceful.
Yeah. Feeling. And you can see it used to be much larger. Mm-hmm. Maybe they filled it in. Maybe, I don't know, somehow it was filled in, but it looks like it used to be a much larger. And it looks like it's like a lake on top of a mountain. Mm-hmm. Is what it's looks like to me.
I've seen one lake on top of a mountain. We went shooting Creek, North Carolina one time. Went to look at the horses up there. wild horses, and there was a little lake up there right on the top.
Oh yeah.
It was
Well, they
cool.
build it. Usually it's man-made.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Sometimes I don't know. Look at this. This is the Villa Santa Maria.
Ah,
See, they've kept. Look.
wow.
Oh wow. All right, so let's not dwell too much here.
Yeah, and we could go on all day looking at it.
The site, I do need to bring this up. It is the site of the Festival of Nemorilia. Okay, so that is also going to play into the tale of the Rex, correct? It's a 3-day festival only, originally celebrated by the ancient Romans on the Ides of August in honor of the goddess Diana, although the Nemorilia was originally celebrated at the sanctuary of Diana. So it started there. There's a lot of stuff started there, guys. The lake is famous for its great sunken Roman ships built under Caligula. How did the ships get up there unless they just took them there and sunk them? You know that was a form of ritual as well.
Yeah.
Yes. King of the Wood. King of the Wood. There she is. Lovely.
She is.
Dirty Diana. Oh.
The perfect one.
Dirty Diana. Oh. Y'all know that song?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Michael Jackson sung Dirty Diana. From the still glassy lake that sleeps beneath Atracia, I think it's Arecia trees, those trees in whose dim shadow the ghastly priest doth reign, the priest who slew the slayer and shall himself be slain. That is from the Battle of the Lake Regilias. Thomas Babington Macaulay. Yeah. Situated in the Alban Hills, southeast of Rome, Lake Nemi filled cauldron of an extinct volcano. Ooh. Evocatively called Speculum Dianae, the mirror of Diana by Civius, because it reflected the moon. Ooh. It was sacred to Diana, Diana of the Wood, as was the in which her temple was situated. The original sanctuary was no more than a clearing, a sacred space consecrated as the templum of augurs and allspices. Ooh, I don't know what augurs and allspices is.
Mm-mm.
And administrated by the nearby town of Arecia on the other side of the lake's rim, which had been a member of the Latin League until the dissolution by the Romans in 338 BC. For those traveling south to Capua, the construction of this Queen of Long Roads in 312 BC had a profound impact on the sanctuary, allowing supplants and petitioners to journey there with greater ease. So they deforested some. A decade or so later, in about 300 BC, a wealthy elite of Arecia asserted themselves by building the monumental temple to the goddess. Nice. In the itinerary for Latium Strabo relates that the Artemisium, also named after Artemis, the goddess's Greek counterpart, was on the left as one traveled up the Appian Way from Arecia. When the horses slowed in their trek up the mountain, beggars from the town would importuned to pilgrims, blowing kisses as the coaches haltingly went back down again. Okay. The temple was usual in that the axis of the shrine was at right angles to the porch or vestibule front of the temple. So lots of right angles, which was flanked by columns.
Yep.
With an entrance on the long side of the rectangular cella, the length of double the width. The temple could have a wider portico and still not be as deep, an important consideration given its position against the sloping wall of the cauldron. So, I mean, let's think about the architecture of these ancients of the fucking mountain.
Really? What are you going to build it with?
I'm sorry, I just don't think they're as stone and chisel type, like, I mean, come on, y'all. Come on.
Maybe they're using him.
Yeah. All right. So where are we at? All right. We're going on the 30. So this is a portrait of the Rex and a classical view. This is at Cambridge.org. Yeah, you guys. In physical gymnastic perfection. Now listen. This is talking about the Rex. What it's going to take to be a Rex. Okay. In physical gymnastic perfection is the aim, and up to varying standards is possible for all except the deformed or deficient. Mental gymnastics. Why should the rule be different? If it is different, the metaphor is misleading, for it is not like that to which it is compared. But I do not base my argument on metaphor at all. Let us get down to facts. Instead of saying gymnastics, suppose we say practice. My idea is that practice runs through the whole work. Only some think, or at least assume, that practice in making mistakes is in itself a desirable thing. Mistakes must be made, of course, but we are wholly bad and only to be tolerated if they cannot be avoided. You hear that now. The aim of the teacher should be, I think, to make the mistakes as few as possible, and if he can, to do away with them altogether. What good there can be in any work which consists of 67% of mistakes, I cannot see. Okay, what this has to do, okay, sorry. He is basically excusing himself of any imperfections should you come across them.
You gotta look big and bad.
Okay. During the excavations which the late Lord Seville carried on a Nemi in 1985, a double head was found. Okay. There is our Janus. The original fell to share of Prince Orsini, upon whose land the excavations were made. Orsini. Oh, do you know who is do you know who is in league with the Orsinis? Do y'all have any clue? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is in league with the Orsinis. Let me look up Orsini. Yes, Orsini family. Yes.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's part of history and archaeology. Yeah. We should talk about it when talking about the Rex, for sure. The House of Orsini is an Italian noble family that was once one of the most influential princely families in medieval Italy and Renaissance Rome. Members of the Orsini family include 5 popes. The family also include 37 cardinals, numerous candidatori, military leaders, and other significant political religious figures. The Orsini are a part of the black nobility who has Professor Young been talking about black nobility, talking about old families.
Yeah.
Old
families.
families.
They're in charge of all of it.
Hello, Nasaya. That's right, Susan. We do live by our mistakes.
Yep.
Uh-huh. In the church. Yes, Orsini. Hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys. So the Orsini, who were Roman aristocratic families who supported the popes in the governance of the papal states. Okay, they've been around a long. The Orsinis have been on. Well, we know that the Orsinis has kept a hold of our lake, Our Lady of the Lake, upon whose land. Okay, there is a cast, however, in the Nemi collection, which Lord Seville presented to the Castle Museum, Nottingham, and the illustrations are taken from photographs of the cast. Up to the present time, the two heads have been taken to represent two water spirits, perhaps the personifications of the neighboring lakes of Nemi and Albano. Now, Albany, albinism, albinoism, all that's connected as well, y'all. Ain't gonna go there today.
No. It's just little connections here.
Yeah, just little connections I make. Okay. So, let's see. Can I go to the next page? Let me expand. It's not going to let me go to the next page.
That's great.
It's not going to let me, but anyway. Oh, wait. I'll figure it out. Why won't it let me go to the next page?
I'm just going to give you
Ooh, this blows. Okay, I'm going to look up Lord Seville. Who wants to see what Lord Seville looks like? Could that be like Jimmy Savile? Is that the same Seville? Hold on. Savile. No, that's not that. Well, it's just two L's. Sir John Seville. I wonder if severe is the same. Look here, guys. Look what I found.
Oh.
Look what I found. The owl is connected to Inanna. The owl is connected to Bohemian Grove. The owl is connected to a lot of things. Word to your mother. There's the crown, owl, red-headed mustache, another crown, lots of pictures of the crown. That's really weird. Okay, so this is the Baron Lord Seville of about that time. Scarborough. Wow. I'm sorry these rabbit holes led us past the Rex.
Yeah, we left Rex far behind.
I'm going back to Rex, y'all.
We forgot about Rex.
I'm sorry. Okay, I can't read on from that, but at least we know the double-headed Janus figure. they make them into spirits and nothings, but it's tales. It's just ways of keeping the tales together. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a website that I found dedicated to the Rex. So there's a secret Gardnerian fourth degree. I've heard tales of this, right? If you know anything about Wicca and you went through Wicca, any initiates of Wicca, there are New Age traditions that have spun off of older traditions, and the Gardnerian and the Alexandrian versions of Wicca are just the ones that were popular enough to win the day. I will also link this too. Interesting to read this. Priesthood labeled as persona non grata. So what we talked about yesterday, right, for the entitlement and initiation is like a step down below like a professor's chair. This is very similar. There's all types of religious rituals of initiations. You get here, you get there. So the Holly King and Oak King is very, very prominent in today's neo-paganism and the movement and the rise and the followings that are happening. But I would like to believe that most of us that adhere to a lot of this seasonal change and timing and rituals old see through a lot of the myth making and the myth spinning to where it's all thought prisons. It really, really is. Whether it's the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita, no matter what it is, whether it's the White Goddess, I mean, I have it. It's right here behind me by Robert Graves. It is all a thought prison.
Mhm.
It is all a thought prison, and you need good discernment and sense of self before you go head diving into anything culty. Because if you look here at our Rex is wearing a crown of thorns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why is he wearing a crown of thorns? Okay. Why did Jesus wear a crown of thorns? We're going to get to it. Fuck around and find out. Okay. The Holly King and Oak King are personifications of the winter and summer in various neo-pagan traditions. All right. So why are we not talking about the Oak King as Rex? Was Rex even real, or was Rex
He's
a
gone.
way to mark the unpredictability of how man will act? Okay, we don't know.
I don't know.
The two kings engage in endless battle reflecting the seasonal cycles of the year. Not only solar light and dark, but also crop renewal and growth. During warm days of midsummer, the Oak King, aka Rex, is at the height of his strength, right? He's real. He is loving the goddess. He is fertilizing the land, spreading his seed. Okay. The Holly King reigns power at the autumn equinox. His strength peaks during midwinter, in which point the Oak King is reborn, regaining power at the spring equinox and perpetuating the succession. Right? Yeah. Yeah. The renewal of the king harkens back to the new science coming out about how they're realizing that women's eggs don't deteriorate as they get older. It's actually the sperm that deteriorates. After men reach 40, their sperm is like not like it could cause mental defects, basically. You know how they say women after 40 have like
difficult.
Down syndrome babies
That's
and
when you
stuff
see
like
them.
that used to be.
Mhm.
Right, and then you see this 60-year-old woman had a miracle baby, was
Yeah.
perfectly healthy.
You wonder
Uh-huh.
if her husband was
She
30.
she got
He was
Yeah.
younger.
And I mean, y'all can look it up. I'm not just spreading.
I mean, yeah, if you're a
man
big Jagger,
hate,
you can have kids up until you're 100. But I think if you'll look, there's not many of them. Not many.
So this flux and flow, y'all. The White Goddess identifies other legends and archetypes of paired hero figures as the basis of the Holly Oak King myth. Lou Goose and Warren Peter. Look, this is Gaelic, and I know I'm butchering it, but it's mostly Gaelic, Celt Gaelic. Look, right
Look
here.
at that. Yeah.
These guys, right? Back out, we'd see. All right.
Now, what are they doing?
Welsh.
Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think we figured that out
A
yesterday.
warrior
All Welsh.
hunter and antagonist in Welsh tradition, appearing primarily in the fourth branch of the Mambinagi. I think it's Mambinagi. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds better.
I keep trying to say that.
I butcher things too, so don't feel bad.
So yeah,
Yeah,
this
look at
is
all the
all
different
a
names.
tell.
Yeah.
This is another one. Fair folk, ruler of Welsh underworld.
Now, are these people just there? Or are they part of the Rex?
Well, they're a re-edition of the
Yeah.
Holly King and Oak King. The Holly King and Oak, that's who the Rex is. He is, there can be
That's
only
why you got the
one.
two-face.
Right, and there can only be one, and it's a constant dance between
Whoever has it.
summer and winter, summer and winter, summer
Okay.
and winter. So what they did is they took the dance and unison of procreation between man and woman and turned it into like this dance and duel of man, which I think harbored the seeds of major competition to cause such ripples between men.
Well, they were fighting over a woman, basically.
Well, they were fighting over the divine right to rule.
To rule.
Right,
You're going to be ruled,
right.
but they're fighting over a woman, too, because I
you're
read
welcome,
somewhere
girl.
that she was really... I mean, that's what
there's Lou.
Lou?
Lou.
Oh.
Lou is probably my most favorite Celt. A member of the Tuatha De Danann. Lou is portrayed as a warrior, a king, a master craftsman, and a savior. He is associated with the skill and mastery in multiple disciplines. He was a metallurgist.
Wow.
Yeah. And Baller, who was a Fomorian. See, I've looked at my DNA and I'm closest to Welsh because my great grandmother was at Owens and she married a Ellis. So I come from an Owens Ellis line, and my DNA says I'm most closely related to the Welsh, which makes sense because my mother's maiden name goes back to the ancient Celtic god of blacksmithing. So you see down here we have Jesus and John the Baptist, right? Similar comparisons have been previously suggested by Sir James Fraser in the Golden Bough, chapter 18, The Killing of the Tree Spirit, in the section The Battle of Summer and Winter. Fraser drew parallels between folk customs associated with May Day, or the changing season in Scandinavian, Bavarian, and Native American cultures, amongst other customs. So what Fraser did is like what our guy yesterday did, is he sent emissaries out. But But what Wilhelm Manhart also did was he was allowed to interrogate prisoners of war, their ancient rituals, what they remembered, what was left over. So here's Stuart and Jeanette Farrar, they're pagans, characterize the Oak King ruling the waxing year and the Holly King ruling the waning year, and apply the interpretation to Wiccan seasonal rituals. Yes, they are always going to wash, rinse, rename, repeat in order to keep peace alive.
Well, they've got to,
because it's had to go underground.
Yeah, a lot of it. It comes down and goes up, and like you said, you've got all these rabbit holes you got to go down to see who's in them. And there's, and these are pretty cool guys though. They're better guys than we've.
Oh, so let's look at some pictures. Let's look at some art. So this is under the tag of Rex, okay? On the identity of the navel, right? Remember we said that the trees were the navels, and that's where I think we get the tale of planting a tree over the afterbirth. Right?
As it goes into the roots.
Isis mentioned by Tacitus in Germany, a real quarrel has opened up between those who consider it a Roman import, which would have its reflection in the practice of, I don't even know that. Nibigibium is who, like George's Damsels, considers it connected to the original Germanic goddess Freya or Nerthus. I've never heard Nerthus, but that sounds a lot like Nephthys. Nephthys is Isis's twin sister goddess. But beyond the denominations, the category to which the goddess can be ascribed is the broadest one of the great goddesses of the archaic period, including Rhea and Sybil. So, look at that. Look at this one. This is the Lord of the Hunt. And I think I'm going to have to leave us with the hymn to Herne, okay? Because the divine right of kings, the great hunt, the axis mundi, is very powerful. These are ancient rites. Oh, look. Now, see, this was from 2016, From Pan to the Devil, the Demonization and the Removal of Ancient European Cults. So all this is what you'll find under this tag. Let's see. What else I have a bunch of stuff, guys. I'm trying to get through it. All right. So it's also a board game. It's a board game. The description: this print and play game lets the players complete through chip investments in the forms of plants and animals. Oh, so it's teaching capitalism. The eventual winner is the one with the most points in chips at the end of the 12th round, or the one who misses 20 or more chips and has a human in play at the end of the round. The player must be aware at all times of what his opponents are doing, what cards are in play, how many plants prey are available, and who will be the first or last in the turns to come. The gods are fickle, and hunting is always uncertain at best.
Oh, God.
So to be smiled upon by the die of fate is a must. So you're teaching, right? All right. One more. Nemi to Nottingham. Here we go, y'all. In the footsteps of, is that Fundalila? Okay. This is from Jennifer Grove, September 2013. This week, our guest blogger, Tom Obrist of the University of Exeter, takes us through what the ancient sources reveal about the mysterious and violent cult of the King of the Grove at Nemi. The temple beside the Speculum Danae is one of the more conspicuous, tangible aspects of the history of the area. Yet, as so often is the case, it lied that garnered so much interest in the late 19th century. Sir James Fraser wrote a monumental tome attempting to use these more mystical aspects to channel his universal ideas about the progression of understanding from sympathetic magic via religion to science. His work was named the Golden Bough, a reference to a notorious cult, allegedly situated in the woods surrounding the temple in which the hymn of Fundalia resided. This cult, now known as the cult of the Rex Nemorensis, King of the Grove, has not left any archaeological evidence of its existence except arguably the double-headed Herne found in the Nottingham Castle Museum. The only real evidence we have for this cult are the numerous references in ancient literature. The archaeological data makes it quite clear that the temple was relatively popular, yet in literature the key words are the Nemus or Lucas, and it's Lucas, Grove, usually described as sacred to Diana, but always located on the banks of Lake Nemi or near the ancient town of Aricia. Modern day Aricia with 2 C's instead of 1. What this tells us is that there was something significant about Arician Grove, something that made Roman and Greek authors reference it in their prose and poetry or use it as a topographical marker. Lake Nemi was clearly an important spot. Caligula relaxed on his floating palaces there, and Caesar had a mansion overlooking it. Yet it constantly seems to be the surrounding woods that fascinate. I have compiled a list reference I have come across to the grove or the cult of the Rex Nemorensis in my research on the thematic appearance of Latin epic poetry. There are surely more. Unfortunately, I have yet to come across them. So what was this cult? Here is the picture. There's the double head, y'all.
Double head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fierce.
Right. All right. So I'm definitely going to link this to y'all. I don't want to read more of it because there's other stuff I want to get to. But it is fascinating. Okay. So the hymn to Herne is something a lady I know, she wrote. Her name is S.J. Tucker. And I just wanted to say that this is part of the allure. This is part of the allure of man. All right. This is how men can spellbind us and seduce us, right? They want to claim that we are the only ones who know how to do this stuff. We're the spellcasters, right? We're the ones making things up or doing that or whatever. However, men are spellcasters too. Men took our magic from us and twisted it and made it their own. We are learning that the herb lore was ours All of it was ours. And men took it from us. So, this is S.J. Tucker. I have partied down. I've drummed with her. She's an amazing woman, amazing artist. Is really old. It's about 17, 20 years old. But this is hymn to Herne. And this is the power of man.
You can say your prayers, work your rights, burn your little candles day and night. You can shimmy till dawn to the pounding drums, but you best be ready when the horn one comes, yeah. If you wake to the sound of a hunting horn, you dance a ring in the gathering storm. If the solstice time, get your panties in a wad. It's just the coming of the horn god. He will call you out, make you sweat, give you a blessing that you'll never forget. So revel in the chase and let your heartbeat run. Blessed are the children of the horned one. Blessed are the children of the horned one. Hey. Hunter who tracks outside of time, guardian lord of ancient rhyme, brother stag in the musky glen, consort of the goddess in her woodland den. We call you forth as we make our way, walking in your power every day. Guide us true in our hunt this night, and maybe even later in the great ride. He will call you out, make you sweat, give you a blessing that you'll never forget. So revel in the chase and let your heartbeat run. Blessed are the children of the horned one. Blessed are the children of the horned one. To the sound of a hunting horn. If you dance a ring in the gathering storm.
There's the wood, y'all.
So revel in the chase and let your heartbeat run. But you best be ready, little one. You best be ready when the horn one comes. He's gonna call you out, make you sweat, give you a blessing that you'll never forget. So revel in the chase and let your heartbeat run. Blessed are the children of the horned one. Blessed are the children of the horned one. Blessed are the children of the horned one.
All right. Now that's how we're going to end it today. Yes, it is deep, girl. Yes, it's deep. Yes, it is. Because we as women, we seek our prince, do we not?
Yeah.
Do we not? Are we not taught? Are we not taught from a very, very young age?
Oh, yeah. You see it everywhere.
Mm-hmm. We're
But
taught.
I didn't believe in that one. The ones that come on the white horse.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like horses for one thing. They're beautiful animals.
Mm-hmm.
But I was scared of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would never want a hero on a white horse. Motorcycle, that'd be different. Loved my husband when he had his motorcycle. That's the sexiest thing, to see a man on a motorcycle. And he's enjoying himself.
Well,
because that's their one, that was one thing.
I have become disenchanted.
Have you?
The veil of Isis has been lifted. Now, do I still believe in love? Of course. But I don't know anymore about this sacred union.
Yeah.
But it is a sacred practice of ancient and old that many cultures lived by.
Mhm.
this divine right of kings. Right? And I'm trying to figure how it ties into the purity culture, but I know it does, and it will, and we'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
It's an
We're
adventure.
going to get there.
It's an
How many
adventure
cult-
of learning.
How many cults have we
exploring.
gone through?
We've went through a lot. There's a lot of
There's
them.
so
There's so many.
and
Yeah.
it's all the bro code. You got. I won't get into the sports, but that is a big bro code.
That is big. All right.
Yeah.
Look, maybe one day we'll do the.
The thing
Maybe on Masculine
sports.
Monday we
Yeah.
can do the cultiness of football. Maybe we
the
can.
cute patting on the butt and all that stuff.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us. We
Yep.
appreciate it so much.
Yeah, we do.
We do. I've got to stretch my bones. I
Yep.
got to see if the
It's time to
bread
break
has
the fast.
rust. Yeah. We have to break the fast.
It's been a while.
We got to see if the bread is done rising to go in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
And
I am too today.
so Dusty Ass Goof is going to be dedicated to those who try to hide the truth, who try to rewrite the truth, who try to stomp out the truth, but yet the truth still
Always rises to the top.
It rises.
And we're finding that out.
Mhm.
Everything that she delves into it is true.
I know you like football, darling, but it's a blood sport.
He likes football.
Susan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like football.
It's an American pastime, right?
I mean,
Favorite American
I grew
pastime.
up with it.
It is still blood sport.
It
It's
is.
bread and circus.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn a lot
bread
about
and
it.
circus.
Yep.
It's to keep you rivaling against the next state college,
Yep.
your neighbor, right? It's to keep you rivaling with your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
It's more divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
All in good sport, though. All in good sport. Here's what we don't know as women. Is men and their bro code can duke it out like in ancient Spartan time
Mm-hmm.
and be okay the next day. And be just as happy-go-lucky, chummy, blowing each other or playing pissing contests.
Yep.
They can beat the shit out of each other sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And the next time.
And then the next day, oh, we good.
Yep.
We good. You threw her out yet? We good though, right? You done threw her out? Yeah, okay. But we good. Right, bro? Right. Yeah.
That's exactly what I say.
Girl,
I've
you gotta
seen it
keep
so many
her.
times.
If you have a man who has told other men, sit down, shut the fuck up, don't talk to her that way,
Yep.
then where's my thing? Who's running? I don't know who's running. Anyway, that is for Chad. Tell Chad he got applause today. Because a man that will stand up and stand next to his woman against all odds is channeling his divine masculine. Yeah. He's channeling it. He is. Yeah. All right. So this is to the naysayers of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Dusty Ass Goof is your theme.
Yep.
Ladies, I love.
Dusty ass goof, you soft like clay. Talking big game, but you ain't here to stay. You were born degenerate, zero fucking benefit. Half and half Benedict, wash out imminent. Claiming you're real, but it's all a front. Fake ass flexing in your little stunt. Trying to act tough, but we see through lies. Your weak ass vibe just don't hypnotize. Step to me now, I'm ready for war. Got my crew with me, yeah, we settle the score. There's anger inside, it's burning like fire. You wish you stayed quiet when you feel my ire. Dusty ass goof, you think